This man would have no problem dragging me off to a dungeon. And you slide me in a tiny little area where I barely fit. I'm claustrophobic, so it starts to freak me out. My shoulders are big and burly. That's why you're afraid. And why do my hands need to go behind my back? Why do I have to be completely debilitated? They treat me like total crap. I can't look at them in the eyes. I have to look at the floor. And then if I give any kind of resistance and don't give them full dominion over my fingers as they fingerprint me, then what happens next is they slam my head into the wall. That's happened to me once. Every day, 100 emails of people saying, please help me. I got this jackboot thug pig here in Texas. I got a guy in LA. I got a story on camera. He got picked up for not paying traffic ticket. He's now HIV positive. It's not just one or two, and it's not a few bad apples. You have bad apples on this police department. I'm not going to a dungeon because this pig over here and this pig over here want to drag. I mean, look at the terror flag he's wearing. Look at the terror flag he's wearing. Video. What happened?
That's his business, not yours.
My business to ask, though. You know what I mean? I was actually going to drop the cameras and go into Kung Fu mode. Good thing you came back. If you hadn't come back, I was going to Kung Fu, bro. I'm just standing there filming, you know? These guys are so predictable. Such beta male chumpzillas that when you put torture cuffs on someone, you're torturing them.
I appreciate your information.
Well, it might not affect you at all. You might not give a rat's ass about another man. How many cops do you guys need? You guys need a few more cops here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get another giant like this one. There's no third party to film cops searching your car. I mean, one time after I became known across the country, then the cops didn't put me in torture cuffs quite as tight. I was in torture cuffs and the guy tried to cut off the blood to my ulnar nerve and my arm. That's why this hand shakes now. Because of what he did. He's got his hands on his head like a POW though. You know, I'm not a fan of police, but at the same time, I'll treat you like an individual. Absolutely. Until someone gives me a directive or tries to demand my ID or.
No, so you can't do that in here. You can do dogs all you want.
So let me
report other people.
Now let me tell you this: go pound sand. Go pound sand, bro. Jump down on your knees and eat my shorts. I'm filming them right now. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? No, you can't. No, you can't. Go ahead. Now let me educate this dirty jackboot thug pig. You have a First Amendment right to film police. That right does not change when you go into a police lobby. It's right there, the right to film cops. You got people like that who don't know that this is a public forum. I can film in here anytime I'd like. What are you gonna do about it?
Well,
you're not gonna do a damn thing. And if you do, I'll sue you personally under 1983. And then you'll face federal district court. Or take your happy ass back to your office and flee like a little dog.
That was easy.
Look at this kid. Look at him. Little stick figure they put in a costume.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
This is a kid. I could wipe the green from out behind his ears. Don't do this crap. Was your daddy a pig? Tell me what happened. Retire now, dude. Are you going to physically stop me from doing my job?
I'm not going to physically do that.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to walk around here and take some videos.
Okay.
So if you're done, then head on back.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
So that was a lie.
Today I need to help with producing calling or mailing
What did he say?
My dad was in the police department from 1946 to 1981. He retired as a shift commander. And I'll tell you what, this fire station was built in 1969. And he was here from 69 to 81. He was a shift commander here. And before that, you know where the big city hall is? When he first started, that city hall was built in about 1955. And the old city hall, he was in there. And then after that, but is there anybody I could talk to here?
Huh? Unless they want to come down to the gym.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Instead of walking around sighing and breathing hard.
I don't like where this is going.
They're literally colluding together at the front and blocking me from entering.
Come on, man.
Dude, you better grab me while you got that badge on. I'm not going to physically challenge you, dude. Not while you got the badge on and you're working in a security capacity. I'm not going to challenge you. Hey, there we are. There's an officer of the law. I don't go in there and smash that desk and beat everybody up and say, I'll do what I want because I agree to live under a series of laws. I've agreed to that. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I won't violate your rights just like I don't want you to violate mine. I want a matter of record. I'm not willingly walking off. He's telling me if I don't leave that he's going to arrest me. And so as a man of law and order who respects the social contract and the rule of law, I'm going to do what he tells me to, because if I don't do what he tells me, he's going to arrest me. You are a bro. You're not tough at all. With your badge and gun, You got no badge and gun. You're a wuss. Don't get in my face, punk ass.
Excuse me.
Think you're a man with a gun in your hand, don't you?
You're a jack. Thank you for being a good. I'm telling you, dude.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Dude, get your hand off my camera, lady. I'm fired. Your dad's a pig. Your dad is a pig.
Call my dad a pig?
I think your dad's a pig, bro. Are you rude? Get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. You want to attack me? Do it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to get.
Go ahead. What's the matter? You don't want to be on camera now that you tried to attack me? You can't attack me, dude. You need to get on a stair stepper for a while.
Where is law enforcement?
For law enforcement for what? For having a civil discussion? Name and badge number. Name and badge number. What's your name and badge number? Hey, you have to identify yourself according to policy.
Leave him alone.
No, he has to identify.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
Leave
he
him
does.
alone. Go back to California. Leave them alone.
You're upset because he didn't identify himself.
You can't act in your official capacity and not give your name and badge number. This cop comes out here and starts demanding me around and then threatens me that he's going to come out. Well, do it. Do it. Put me in torture cuffs. Then I get damages. Right now it'll be a declaratory judgment.
Sure.
He came out and asked me what my name was Dan. I said, I'm not going to tell you my name's Dan or not. And then he said, well, you can't film in here. You're making someone feel uncomfortable. So then I went right over and I put the camera on. The guy said, what are you going to do about it?
Got his name on the back here, and you
Okay.
also have my card with my contact information. We went away from badge numbers because we changed from badge numbers to department
Solomon
seniority.
Aries. Is he a lieutenant,
So
a
that's-
captain, a sergeant? What is Solomon?
He's a police officer.
He's an officer.
Yeah,
Well,
yes, sir.
he should not be promoted. You don't get to not identify and act in your official capacity. And that is worth filing for. It will take me about 4 hours to write.
Policy not to jump other people's vehicles.
But you guys killed the battery. Are you gonna help her get her car started?
Can't base off my policy.
Off your policy. What's your name and badge number?
What?
So that you can identify the thousands of people watching.
Why do I need to identify myself?
Because you're an officer on duty, and according to LVMPD handbook, when someone asks you for your name and badge number, you're supposed to give it.
Based off what?
Your handbook that I've read, that you have not read, obviously. I'm a member of the press. I'm a member of the press. I need to identify you. Okay, I'll do what I do.
I grew up in this town, and this is bullshit.
They were going.
They left the lights on. I can't just steer my car.
If you're gonna one up and you're gonna film the police, you better know what you're gonna say and how you're gonna say it. You have to practice saying it. So when you see a copper, you're gonna run up and you're gonna say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be filming this interaction. I invoke my First Amendment right. You can address me as Mr. Good Citizen." You have to have your stick down. Cop comes up to me and says something. I'm a little bit confused.
You can leave
I'm
our
gonna
scene.
stand
Yes,
right
you can,
here.
sir.
I'm standing in the parking lot. I came to
Sir,
get
would
gas.
you like me to
and you guys,
trespass this individual
you
from your
can't
property?
trespass me, honey. You can't solicit a trespass. Go ahead, let's follow it. Let's see if you're gonna get sued. She's trying to solicit a trespass from owners. It's illegal. You guys are seeing it all over the country. Auditors are getting arrested left and right. And why are they getting arrested? Because they don't have their stick down. They don't have their lingo, their jargon, their mumbo jumbo, and they don't invoke their rights. Now, when the cop comes up to me, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. What's your name and badge number? Now, I just said that I get to be quiet and you have to tell me who you are. You see the power in that? You see the power in that? There it is. We're not going to go right into this. I'm going to come on and say hello to my friends and to my family. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Team DLZ rolling through the house. Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. My name is Chile DeCastro. I am an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. I studied all these laws because I got arrested once in 2002 and again put in jail in 2024. My conviction was overturned in 2024. My charges were beat in 2002. And now here we are. And what I do is I review videos with my friends and family. Team DLZ in the chat. Put it in the comment section. Team DLZ, would you please? Team DL Mother Z. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What's going on? And then this channel is based on overturning Terry versus Ohio. Everything that the reason why people even know who I am is because I built a timeline and showed you a bunch of Supreme Court case laws as to how Terry ties into ultimately stripping away the Fourth Amendment. And what are the four big parts of Terry versus Ohio? Number one, officer safety over your rights. Number two, it creates that reasonable articulable suspicion that did not exist before 1968. It allows cops to run up and grab you, pat you down. And number four, it allows cops to detain you. You're not arrested. You're in cuffs. You're in the back of the car, but you're not arrested. Those are the 4 tenets of Terry versus Ohio. What is going on, everybody? Put it in the comment section for me. OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Let's check this out. I mean, do you guys remember this? I saw this come across. I was like, I'll talk about this.
You're eating. So what? It's against the law.
Okay, that right there. I'm sorry to stop it so soon, but dang, that right there.
You single me out out of all these people. You're eating.
You're
So
eating.
what? It's against the law. You're going to go to jail. I'm not going to jail for eating a sandwich. No, for resisting arrest. I'm not resisting arrest. You are resisting. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. I'm not detained though. I don't feel detained. I feel harassed. I feel harassed. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I feel like you're being harassed too over eating a sandwich. I just saw 3 people walk up with coffees in their hands, but that's okay.
Yeah, we have a guy here at the platform is uncooperative. Right, bring him up here then.
Stop.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna continue my sandwich, bro. I do this every morning. Every morning, bro. Let my bag go.
Yeah, why is there a store downstairs selling food if we're not allowed to eat up here? And does it not say on, there's no signs here that mark that we can't eat on the platform? Where is there a sign up here that says we can't eat on the platform? Where is there a sign up here? Where is there a sign up here, sir? Excuse me. Where is a sign up here that says that we can't eat on the platform?
They're taking them away.
What's going on here? He came up here harassed. All right, I need to go and turn around. No, I've turn around now. I've done nothing wrong. Turn around, man.
Stop. Just listen. Just listen. Just listen.
Ain't nobody resisting. Ain't nobody resisting.
Just listen.
You see this? Nobody resisting.
You didn't even do anything. Yeah, 4 cops for eating a sandwich. He was just eating a sandwich. That's all he did.
Well, it's not the 4 cops for eating the sandwich. It's the torture cuffs. It's being taken away.
4 cops were resisting, okay? Ain't nobody resisting.
Stop.
Nobody resisting.
You hear the cops say it's illegal to eat.
I'm resisting, okay? Ain't nobody resisting.
Stop.
Nobody resisting. I want to talk to your supervisor. For what? What's the disturbance for? You should have been thinking it was a disturbance for. I got on car. I jumped out of Uber.
You haven't really given us a chance. There was a report somebody mentioned in your description on the platform.
No.
You're changing it. That's not what he stopped him for.
Stay out of it, please.
I'm not sure if you caught that or not, but now he's going to change it.
I got on car. I jumped out of Uber.
You haven't really given us a chance. There was a report somebody mentioned in your description on the platform.
There was a man who matched your description creating a disturbance on the platform.
No.
You're changing it. That's not what he stopped him for.
Stay out of it, please.
That's all.
Videotape if you want. Do not interrupt.
Got my lunch here. Obviously very threatening, as you can see.
Law or not, Kelly Groth was passing out breakfast sandwiches today for what she called brunch on BART.
People should be able to eat on the platforms and not get harassed.
So I wanted to make sure that I showed up and stood in solidarity and ate on this plaza, which I've done hundreds of times, and I've watched hundreds of people do all the time, and show that what they did was beyond embarrassing for BART police.
You haven't explained to me what the disturbance was. I got on bar. I jumped out of Uber.
You haven't really given us a chance. There was a report somebody mentioned in your scripture on the clock.
Oh no, have we had no sound the whole time? How long? I hope I got the sound back. Oh, I didn't see the comments. I did not see the comments. Sorry about that. I did not see the comments. I was still muted. Okay, so I was sitting here having a good time with myself. Anyway, what I was saying is we heard him say that he matched the description of someone on the platform, but he absolutely didn't. And we saw that that copper right there, hemmed him up and said, "You're eating food." That's what we saw happen. Then the lieutenant or sergeant or major, whatever he is, he comes in and says, "No, actually, you're not giving us a chance to explain to you that there was someone who matched your description who was causing a disturbance on the platform." And that's what I'm talking about. And then he says, "What kind of sandwich?" And then I said, "Where don't call them pigs, but just don't call them pigs. Do not call them pigs." that's what I said.
No.
You're changing it. That's not what he stopped him for.
Stay out of it, please.
That's not what he stopped him for.
Do not interrupt.
Got my lunch here. Obviously very threatening, as you can see.
Law or not, Kelly Groth was passing out breakfast sandwiches today for what she called brunch on BART.
People should be able to eat on the platforms and not get harassed.
So I wanted to make sure that I showed up and stood in solidarity and ate on this plaza, which I've done hundreds of times, and I've watched hundreds of people do all the time, and show that.
I mean, this is the whole problem with people being so detached from the government and being involved in government, is that the people in New York, through the metro or through the legislator, were able to create a law that made it illegal for you to eat on the platform. That's how far it went. And nobody noticed. We all just let it go right by us. And that's part of the problem. That's a huge part of the problem. And we all need to pay better attention to what the government is actually doing to us constantly, day in and day out.
You're going to jail. To this guy, okay? Do you believe in me?
So do you notice something here? And then I'm going to play this full screen and we're going to watch it. But do you notice something here? Every video, the cop is threatening to take you to jail. And the police don't want people to call them pigs. It hurts them so bad. They're so offended by it. But yet in every video we see, there's always a cop threatening to take you to jail. And this one's no different.
Lower your voice or you're going to jail. To this guy, okay? Do you believe in me?
Sit down. Sit down. Do you understand that? When I tell you to do something, you do it.
Yeah, is that right?
Okay.
You're on a power trip? Is that what it is?
No.
Okay.
I need you to listen. That's what's up.
I'm just standing on the street corner talking to this guy I just met, and all of a sudden you're pushing me down and being real physical with
Yeah,
me.
you know why?
I don't understand. No, I
Okay.
don't know why.
Lower
Okay?
your voice. Lower
It infuriates me. That infuriates me.
your voice.
Really?
Okay?
Do I have to do this?
Yes,
to
I'm telling you the voice.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Because
I'm going to
you got
tell
a
you one more time.
badge on?
I'm going
Is
to
that
tell you
what
one
it
more
is?
time and you're going to go to jail.
Is that right?
Lower your voice or you're going to jail. Do you have ID on you, sir?
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
sure do. I don't understand why you're doing this. Why you're pushing me
Because I don't
around.
like people testing me. I don't like people
I don't
not
like
my orders.
Nazis either. Okay. Nazis. You're pushing me.
Take notice here. This is a very telling part of this video. He tells him, "I don't like Nazis," and then the cop acts like a Nazi, like a Gestapo Nazi psycho. It's unbelievable. And this guy's not young. Not like he's in his 20s and you're grabbing him. Watch how he grabs and throws this older gentleman to the ground.
I don't understand why you're doing this. Why you're pushing me.
Because I don't like people testing me. I don't like people
I don't
not
like
my
Nazis
orders.
either. Okay. Are you done? Can I show you my ID?
Give me the arm.
I've done nothing.
Stop talking. When you walk up to an officer and you get that close to an officer, it is not good. Why? Because now you're in my personal space. So I am telling you to back up. And when you don't back up,
for you,
yes, when
to
I
get
give
in
you an
my
order,
personal space,
right? Because when
okay?
I give you an order,
because you're on a power trip.
because
you
when I
wear a
give you
tin
an order,
badge, is that right?
because when I give you an order and you don't follow it, that's what happens. I told you to back up and you didn't. I told you back up again or I'm going to sit you down and you didn't. So I sat you down. That's how it works. Do you understand that? Yes.
Murillo was fired after the full body cam video surfaced a year later.
You're on a power trip? Is that what it is?
Oh, is there a shocker right there? He's a canine cop. What have I told you time and time and time again? That canine cops are the most sick, sadistic, don't call them pigs, police there are. I'm going to show this to you, but I kind of have to break it down for you and narrate it because I have to be careful what I show because YouTube is trying to, well, they've done everything they can to hurt the channel. So I'm going to show this to you, but please bear with me. I don't want to get my channel ruined because YouTube is trying to hurt my channel. It's very strange, but anyway, the point is I want to show you guys this video. Let me finish out the commentary on the last video we just saw. Police don't want to be called pigs. It makes them so mad. It hurts their feelings. You're the most disrespectful, horrible person ever if you call the cops a pig. And then you see how they behaved in that video. And I can't express the visceral reaction I have when I see videos like that make me so mad. I could vomit. It makes me so mad to see that kind of behavior out of a full-grown adult who was given power. It just makes me so frustrated. So I'm going to show this to you, and you have to watch carefully here. I'm going to roll it right back for you for a second. They're trying to stop the cops from attacking, and watch what happens. There's no volume on that bad chicken. Okay, this cop right here is going to come walking in. He's going to shove this guy on his booty. He's going to turn around and shove her on her can. Watch what he does. Watch the violence this guy walks in with. Now that you know where to look, watch. First the guy, then the girl. Push to the ground.
Hey, you don't need to touch them.
Okay, what did this girl do wrong? She stepped forward and said, "Don't you push her." And she gets attacked and put in torture cuffs.
Hey, you don't need to touch them.
And take a look. Do you see this right here for the coppers? If any of the coppers are ever watching, if anybody who has 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, a mouth, is a human being, if you can see what I can see right here, this is not a good policy to do to people in the United States of America. This is terrible. That's what I'm trying to get across here. This won't ever be okay. This is never okay to do, especially when the guy's 200 and she's 100. He's maybe 200. He's 175. But he's 175 and she's not. She's maybe 100 pounds.
You coward piece of shit.
Yeah. But remember why he did it. Why he did this right here. Why he attacked her right here. That's going to freeze up on me. Push. Now watch this attack. Oh, you put the camera in my face. On top of you. It's just.
You cross over here and you're going to jail. Yeah, get that name right there. Get that.
Oh, he's got a blue stripe on there. Do you see it? You see that?
You cross over here and you're going to jail. Yeah, get that name.
Wait.
Name right there.
There it is. Wait, come on.
Get that name.
There's a blue stripe
Right
below
there.
it.
See the space?
They don't care if they're caught on camera because there's no consequences. He's not going to get in trouble if he doesn't absolutely murder you. The guy over here wailing on someone on the ground. See it in the background? We're looking at this guy, but take a look. They're wailing on someone else right over here. And they don't want to be called pigs. They're so mad if we call them pigs. The way you treat people, the way this is, I'm struggling here to use language that is appropriate because of what I'm witnessing. This is atrocious behavior. If this guy's saying, look at my face, get me on camera, what you have agreed to do to people is disgusting. What you're doing to people is horrible. It's not humane. It's awful. You look bad right now to this copper on camera. You look bad, dude. You look really bad.
Cross this fucking line. Yeah, get that name right there. You cross over here and you're going to jail. Yeah, get that name right there.
With his blue stripe flag on. It says, plus peace. What's it say right here? I know what it's supposed to say, but let's just go plus. This is his blood type in case he gets shot and he has to go to the hospital. You got to be kidding me. You can't make this stuff up. There it is. There's his blood type.
There. Get that name right there. You see this face? Cross this fucking line.
But don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs.
In the house! Get in the house before you get arrested. You need to go in the house. Everything's under control. You need to go in the house, ma'am. You're good.
So there's.
Everything's gonna get back in your house. Get in. Man, get in the house. Get in the house before you get arrested. You need to go in the house. Everything's under control. You need to go in the house, ma'am. You're good. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll talk to you in a minute.
I want my son in my house now.
Let's go back inside.
Gabby, go inside. Go inside.
Right there and open that door. Let's step out and please wait. Do you understand?
Currently doesn't want to exit the vehicle. Make an additional call.
So the kid is accused of stealing a car. The car's stolen, not stolen. Okay, but they got him, right? They got him here. Why do they have to have guns out? Why do they have to point guns at people? This level of violence is unacceptable. and it should be changed. You shouldn't be able to pull your gun on someone because a car has a stolen plate or comes back stolen. It's preposterous.
10-4, copied on the patch.
I'm gonna come and grab my son.
Hands up. Keep your hands up. Face away from us. Face away. Walk back. Hands up. Hands up. Keep your hands up.
So this guy believes that in front of his mother and his sister, these cops believe that this guy would pull out a firearm and start shooting at them next to his mother and next to his little sister. I find that hard to believe. I don't think that's a real actual thing. Let's take a poll real quick. You as a man, let's just say, for example, you were at the end of your rope. Let's say the guy thinks he's at the end of his rope. Would you pull out a firearm in front of your mother and your sister? Is that what you would do? Would you pull out a firearm in front of your mom and your sister and have a shootout with the cops with your mom and your sister behind you? That's so preposterous. It's so unbelievable. Like looking up the backside of people in jail. 1 in 500, between 1 and 1,000. Those are the two lowest estimates I got from the jail guards, and they look up your backside. But 1 in 1,000 people might have something up there. Yeah, they might. They sure might.
Hands up! Hands up! Keep your hands up! Hands up! Now someone's not going inside your house or you're going to jail!
For what? They're literally minors.
Can I grab my phone? No, leave your phone!
I see the vision all of your fucking eyes. You need those guns fucking unload it, unload that fucking thing.
Get on your knees right now! Get on your knees! On your knees!
He wants to fight one of them. He doesn't like them.
Brody, come here.
There you go. Just put him in cuffs. Nope. Oh my God. You mean you could put someone in cuffs without having to jump on the back of them and stick your knees in their neck? Say it ain't so.
Stop. You just don't say anything. You just don't say anything.
That's the one-on-one fucking bitch. You need all the fucking guns.
Hey, shut up. Stop now. Shut up.
At the most critical time, beta male loses his. Watch him. Watch him. Oh, no. No, he lost it.
Hey, shut up. Stop now. Shut up and real now. Runa, stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Please stop. Please, I love me. Stop. Stop. Please. Stop.
I got commands.
Don't give a shit about your fucking investigation. You constantly do the best out here, right? Out of here. Fucking minor kind of. No, I'm running. You actually fucking call. You're fucking get your fucking investigation. Get the fuck out of my fucking face.
That's one way to tell them. Look, for the cops, they have to understand something. The tactics that you're employing upon American people, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's the policy, procedure, and protocol that you have agreed to do that you are doing. How do you know that guy wouldn't have eventually surrendered without pointing guns at him? He's in front of his own house. I just don't you call them pigs, though. Don't you call them pigs. Put in the chat for me, please. Don't you call them pigs, though. Watch this one. And remember what I said. Don't you call them pigs. Okay, so this guy's having a good time. It looks like there's a bunch of motorcycles going round and around. Watch. This is a very short clip. This is going to come and go before you even know it. Policía. See, like, why should one man be able to walk up to another man and do that to him? Why? How is that even a thing? I just don't understand how that's acceptable. Okay. So when you give absolute power to one man over another, that I can walk up to you from behind and slam you on the ground, that is tyranny. You should not be able to do that to another person, not in this country or any other country. Watching that makes me sick. It's the reason why people call the police pigs. Is that a better way to say it? I can't even say that, can I? I have to change the verbiage completely, right? Right? Because no one's going to do this. No one's going to change this. You should let me show you something. So on that video right there, on the video that we just saw, I think I saw this on Here's the Deal. I can't remember whose channel I saw this on, but I saw this. But take a look at the comments. Take a look at the comments. That was even faster than instant. Everything is instant. And then, oof, those were military police too. Poor guy was in for a very rough night. Police in Brazil are military police. Firefighters are military too. The beatings will continue until moped improves. If you go through and you read this, though, what you'll find is there's a bunch of bootlickers, just a bunch of bootlickers. It's just
Florida.
Okay. Before we go on to the next one, let me explain this and why I'm showing it to you. This will make my blood boil. I didn't say any names yet. Jungle is massive. Sorry, I'm sorry. Hello to my friends and family, Team DLZ. What is going on? Kim is here. Put in the chat for me, OTVO. Let me call out a couple names who are in the room. What is going on? Iron Eddie. I know he says they're all pigs. Michael Dolan. What's going on, my friend? Wanda Meese is here. Jeebus Crisp is in the room. Bryce, Kim. What is going on? Joel. What is going on? Showcase Audits. What's going on? Brick. What's going on, Playboy? Let's OTVO. Brandy is here. What is going on? Kyle is here. What's the matter? You, Soy Leo, Rip. What is going on, Rip? Team DLZ. Listen to me. I am telling you, I'm telling you right now. Let me just tell. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And I got a guy. Okay, so this is big news. This is big news. I want to share this with you guys. I saw Michael Eline is here. I did not see Chevy. I also saw King Braveheart has returned. King Braveheart, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Jungle is massive. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Tenablus is here. What is going on? Truth Keeper. Tenablast, Tenablus. You should write out how to say your name correctly. Write it out how to say it correctly. I would love to know. Truth Keeper is here. Kelly is here. Michael Eline, my good buddy, is here. Forrest, what's going on, Forrest? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. So I'm going to show you this video, but before I do, I want to give you some Press with Rancor news. I just got this from Jim Mikowski, and Jim Mikowski said the sentencing for Press with Rancor has been adjourned until February 10th, 2025, pending motion for new trial. So I obviously don't know everything that Jim Mikowski is doing with Garrett Vanette. I don't have attorney-client privilege. I can't know the inner workings of their relationship and what they're saying and doing. I have not talked to Garrett since he was found guilty. We talked once or twice after that. We haven't spoken since. I wish him the best. I hope he's doing okay. It looks like Jim Mikowski is still fighting for Garrett to get him a new trial so that he doesn't get put in jail. And remember, Garrett Vanette, Press with Rancor, is a First Amendment auditor. He was charged with a felony for filming a cop. You know, they convicted him and they said he didn't step back. And as I've had time to think about it, and I've also shared this with Garrett's lawyer and other people, I don't think that whether you step back or step forward, I don't think that should matter if you are engaged in a First Amendment protected activity, like filming the police, especially if they know that's what you're doing. And Press with Rancor, they knew who he was. They said it at the end of the tape. That's that First Amendment auditor guy. Yeah, that's him, right? So we know that that's what he was doing. But I'm super happy to hear this for Press with Rancor, not facing sentencing until February of next year. is absolutely beautiful. January has 31 days in that month. Every day outside of the dungeon is a better day than in it. So I'm going to show you this video. It's going to make your blood boil. Do you mind if I take a drink of water first? Do you mind if I take a drink of water? Sacramento, what's going on? What's going on, Michael Dolan, Michael Perez, Scott, James Forbes, what's going on? What is going on? This video is going to make your blood boil.
Sheriff was finally fed up with kids making threats on social media. This Florida
sheriff
was finally fed up
with kids
making threats on social media.
So making threats on social media is going to equal what?
Yeah, so he decided to set an example.
Come on in here, have a seat in the cell. We're going to gather up some paperwork and get things started for you. Do you have any questions?
This year alone, they have received over 207 threats of school shootings. So the sheriff recorded this message.
So at the highest level, because it's threats of that, I can't say the words, obviously, for the algorithm.
To the parents.
Since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid's up to. If I can any way find out that a parent knew what was going on and wasn't doing anything, your is getting perp walked with them. So
what an authoritarian police state.
When this guy tried picking this Florida sheriff was finally fed up with kids.
Your kid's photo is going
your underage kid's photo
to be put out there. And if
is going to be put out there. I'm going to put your kid's photo out because what you do at 12 years old should mar you for the rest of your life. What a sicko.
If I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid.
I'm going to perp walk your kid. That's where you walk into the jail and you walk in front of everybody. The perp walk in the cuffs in front of the media. A perp walk.
So that everybody can see what your kid's up to. If I can any way find out that a parent knew what was going on and wasn't doing anything, your is getting perp walked with him.
He's going to put you in cuffs because your kid makes a threat on social media.
So parents, do your job. Don't let Sheriff Chitwood raise your kids.
He just referred to himself in first person.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
This Florida sheriff.
Yeah, that you know what's absolutely ridiculous? What's absolutely ridiculous is putting people in a cage for something they said on social media. Did you know in Australia, you can walk up to somebody and tell them tomorrow at 3:00, I'm going to come over here and you're not going to be right. And there's nothing they can do. Nothing. There's nothing they can do because you didn't do anything. It's just words. We've gone too far when anything that you say can get you thrown in jail. And then the fact that this guy would go on to say, if I can put your kid's picture out on the internet, then I'm going to do it. That is absolutely sick and twisted. That is just, you want to ruin a 12-year-old kid? Yeah, a little Ironton update, which I'm going to cover this on American Patriot. So if you guys are not a member of American Patriot, the story's about Jeebus Crisp. This, that, the other thing, Jeebus was somebody who they called me. They were in Ironton, Ohio. I went there and I went after the cops and I just put them on camera. That's all I did. And what happened was one of the cops ended up getting put in prison. One had to resign in shame from the sheriff's department. And so I created a whole series out of it called American Patriot Forever. If you guys put the link for American Patriot Forever in the comment section, it's about this guy and his fiance, Sarah Page. And now the drama there doesn't stop. It's so corrupt. It's in Ohio. Ohio is the most corrupt. It's the most corrupt place ever. There's very few places I've ever been in the world that are as corrupt as Ohio. And the thing is that, oh man, this one will make your blood boil. This one's gonna make your blood boil. This is gonna make you up. Oh, this one's gonna make you upset. I screamed at the screen when I seen this. I'll tell you what. When I seen this, I screamed at the screen. It made me so mad. This is gonna make you mad.
Oh, okay. Here. I want my child. He is calm. I would like my child. I've talked to Chief Vasquez. I am recording this right now. This is my child. He has special needs. They are refusing to let him out until they saw I was recording. Is how you treat my kid too, I bet. What is wrong? You're not in trouble. You're going to come with me and we're going to talk. Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, you didn't do anything. Come here. You and I are going to talk.
The police have just put shades up me.
I know they did.
Oh.
I could have got arrested for that.
You and I are going to talk and you're going to tell me exactly what happened. Because I guarantee you were probably telling them you were mad. And it probably took another 40 minutes before anyone listened to you. Come on. Let's go. You're going to come home with me and Jeepa. Let's go. Where's Miss Lehman? Because I don't want to talk to anyone but her.
She's not here. She's at a meeting.
Okay, so the principal again is not here willing to talk to the mother of this child. Where's my son's stuff?
I'd get my kid out of that school. They put him in chains. Oh my God, he's a kid.
How am I going to find out what really happened? Am I going to see the camera? Am I going to get documentation of a report? How am I going to know what really happened today? No information from admin once again. Yes. Come on. I know.
You gotta report this to the news.
Yep.
He said, are you going to report this to the news? But this part right here.
The police have just put shades up me.
I know.
Oh God, are you freaking kidding me?
Come here. You and I are going to talk.
The police have just put shades up me.
I know they did.
So that's the thing, you know, the thing with autistic children is they tell the truth. Autistic people, the truth just blurts out of their mouth, whether they like it or not. They just say it. This kid is going to say, they just put chains on me. What have we been saying on this channel since it started? We have to get rid of torture cuffs. We have to get rid of dungeons. It's not making America safer. It's not making America better. Putting people in chains and dragging them down to dungeons after you kidnap them is not making this a better country. And you signed up to do it. How could you do that? How could you sign up to do this to people? You as a person who put the chains on an autistic kid, what's wrong with you? It's so in my head, all I think is just don't call them pigs, dude. Just don't call them pigs, right? I swear, what always goes through my melon is don't call them pigs, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't call them pigs. Don't do it. You know, because I can't. Jailing is failing right there. That's the Australian model right there. Jailing is failing. It comes out of Australia. Shoot me an email, Scott. Shoot me an email. Listen, it's $11 for shipping and handling. If you pay for the $11, I'll ship you out 2 for free. If you contact me through dlzclips@gmail.com, someone can give them my email address, dlzclips@gmail.com. But it's $11 shipping and handling, or the machine will eat your envelope. I've been dealing this now for 2 years, 3 years. I created that trifold in 2021. So email me, and if you pay the shipping, I'll send it to you. Otherwise, I'll email it to you because I can't afford to spend $11 for every single person who I get free trifolds to. But I'm tired of them coming back ripped in the mail or people not getting it. And it goes priority mail. Now this bad chicken right here, it goes priority mail. Boom. Priority mail, you get it in the mail. Get it on deletelaws.com. Get a trifold. If you can't afford one, I'll email you one. A black and white version. It's easy to print out. Low ink. It only costs you 10 cents and then you have one. But all right. Alrighty then.
$1,000 just a month after.
Oh, I watched this whole thing already. So this.
All right, it was
this says ex-Warren cop who tased trucker is bound over for trial, and then it says partner's felony is dismissed. His partner's felony is dismissed. This is
Violent takedown that Warren police officials kept secret until the 7 investigators uncovered it.
They kept it a secret, but there's body cams.
This was the video that the city wouldn't release, showing how a minor traffic offense quickly escalated into a driver being tased on the ground. Warren officials kept the case quiet, but days after 7 investigator Ross Jones found out about it, longtime Commissioner Bill Dwyer was forced out of a job. Today, those officers were back in court. Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
When he started threatening you, how did that make you feel?
Unsafe.
Okay, why?
Because he pointed taser on me.
Former Warren police officers Damian Player and...
You got to wonder what these 2 gang members did wrong to the other gang members for them to get hung out to dry. I mean, they did keep the video hidden for almost a year.
Carlos Taylor were in court today, charged over this alleged. Officers Damian Player and Carlos Taylor were in...
Damian Player.
In court today, charged over this alleged excessive force from July 20th of last year. On that day, truck driver Ole Deca was trying to back his semi into a loading dock in Centerline, outside of the officer's jurisdiction, when he was blocking traffic, leading the officers to respond.
Open the door now, you get paid. Open the door now.
That's the voice of Officer Player, who was training his partner, Officer Taylor, that day. Police asked for Deca's license and for him to step out of his truck, but Deca didn't comply, and the scene quickly escalated.
Get out of the truck.
Deca would be forced out of his truck by Officer Taylor, then thrown to the ground. Seconds later, Officer Player would tase him.
Taser.
As Deca laid on the ground, Player tased him again. Ole Deca would be charged with nothing. Both officers would be fired by Warren police. The city agreed to pay Deca $400,000 just a month after he was tased, and Player and Taylor were each charged with misconduct in office.
You know, if you take a look at this right here, here. So this is the payoff. So this is on
police. The city
pause right there. Okay, this is on a list of payoffs. Look at the numbers that they're paying out for what bad coppers do. Look at that: $232,000, $57,000, $100,000, $60,000, $140,000, $47,000, $30,000, $42,000, $17,000, and then the $400,000 to these people, and $80,000 to somebody else. Just 2 weeks later. Just 2 weeks later. There's no consequences for the cops.
$400,000 just a month after he was tased, and Player and Taylor were each charged with misconduct in office, a 5-year felony. Player was charged with another felony, assault with a dangerous weapon.
What these officers saw was a minor traffic offense that specifically Mr. Player then on his own escalated very quickly in the initial interactions with Mr. Deca.
But attorneys for both former officers argue today that the force they used was justified, especially since the driver wasn't compliant.
These guys are out there. They're out there putting their lives on the line.
Oh, this is. I mean, this is gonna make you sick.
Guys are out there. They're out there putting their lives on the line, and this is what they're confronted with.
What a load of shit.
This. An insubordinate person who thinks that he can do whatever he wants to do.
Officer Taylor's attorney called an expert witness, a Royal Oak police detective who reviewed the body cam from that day.
When someone pulls away from an officer.
And now this is, I mean, and look at what the media is showing you. They're showing you that the lawyer here is going to say how they put their lives on the line, and now the media is going to show you.
Reviewed the body cam for
cause for when someone pulls away from an officer. Is that cause for concern for a police officer's safety?
For sure.
And then does that then put a police officer in a heightened level of concern where they then have to deploy a taser?
Still,
that would be their only way to control this.
It's cop sucking. Making excuses.
Situation.
That is potentially a reasonable use of force, yes.
Does the prosecutor not like?
So it's a cop testifying that the other cop is justified. There's a shocker.
It because it doesn't look good. It didn't look good in the cameras. It didn't look good in the press. It doesn't look good at everything. And that's why we're standing here. Most likely.
Today, Judge Steve Beta bound over Officer Damian Player on all charges. His partner, Officer Taylor, had his felony charge dismissed, but he is still facing those misdemeanor charges. From the newsroom, I'm Ross Jones, 7 News Detroit.
All right, thank you so much.
I mean, Ross Jones, what he just brought you was cop sucking 101. This mainstream state-run media trash. You didn't focus on what they did to the victim, on dragging him out of his truck. You didn't focus on the damage they did to him. Not just his physical damage, but his mental damage. What he's going to go through now every time he sees police. You didn't focus on the right things, Mr. Jones. You didn't. What was his name? I want to make sure.
Partner
Ross Jones. Ross, you focused on the police being heroes and they put their lives on the line, and that they could have been in danger. Even if they believe they weren't in enough danger where they had to throw the guy on the ground and shoot him with a taser. How about that? Is that fair to say? There wasn't enough danger. There wasn't enough elements. The scene, the vibe, the energy, what was happening there was not worth throwing him on the ground and shooting him with a taser. That's the policy I'm talking about that has to change. And until it changes, we're going to have nothing but problems.
Police officer with a high-profile disciplinary record is now charged in an off-duty shooting that injured a man earlier this month. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Fox 4 reported earlier this month that the department was investigating this man, Officer William Martin, for the shooting. He allegedly told police someone hit his car while he was off duty and drove off, so he gave chase in his private car. That other driver was shot and wounded. Martin is the same officer involved in a controversial 2016 arrest of Jacqueline Craig that his department had to pay big money to settle. He's now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Officer Martin did what's called a walkthrough, meaning he turned himself in with his attorney present, took fingerprints, posted bond, and then walked out.
A walkthrough. He did a walkthrough. Look at this guy. He thinks he's Bond, James Bond. Look at this dude with his glasses on, grabbing this woman and putting her in an arm bar. Like, just disgusting.
And had to pay big money to settle. He's arrested, wounded. Martin is the same officer involved in a controversial 2016 arrest of Jacqueline Craig that his department had to pay big money to settle. He's now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Officer Martin.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. King Braveheart gifting the 5 memberships. Just tell me in the chat right now how you feel. How you feeling right now in the chat? How you feeling? How do you feel right now about this copper? I just want to know. I mean, I am blown away that you would hire people like this guy to represent your city, town, borough, district, county. I'm shocked that this is the best you can get. This guy right here, you can't do better than him. Are you sure about that? You sure about that? You sure you can't do a little better than him? This is who you send us, who's going to work as a public servant? This is who you send to us? This guy with his glasses on, shooting people with a taser, jumping on top of women? Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Did what's called a walkthrough, meaning he turned himself in with his attorney present, took fingerprints, posted bond, and then walked out. On September 3rd, Fort Worth police officer William Martin was off duty and driving his personal vehicle when, according to a statement he gave police, his vehicle was struck by a red Ford F-150 that did not stop to exchange information and drove off. Martin told 911 dispatch he began following the truck, but the truck attempted to ram his vehicle. Then Martin told...
listen to the amazing story.
Dispatch. Shots had been fired.
He tried to ram me, I swear.
Driver of the truck, later identified as Samuel Christopher, was struck multiple times, but survived. Christopher's attorneys tell Fox.
He shot a dude several times in a road rage incident, is what they're saying here.
4, he was unarmed, and that he's cooperating with law enforcement related to the investigation. Now, 17 days later, Fort Worth PD says probable cause exists for Martin to be charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Martin, a 19-year veteran of the department, was at the center of a high-profile, controversial arrest in 2016. Martin was later suspended.
I mean, look at the scene unfold I mean, look at what I don't want to judge anybody by appearance, but take a look at the bag that the PD there hired. Take a look at him. What a goober. I'm doing the best I can. Hey, thanks for the Kieran, thanks. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm watching the video with you guys. Kieran, thanks for the 5 memberships. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have Team DLZ up really soon, and I'm making videos for Team DLZ every day, just making little videos, so you guys can see what I'm actually doing right now. I cannot wait just to unveil it. I'm just waiting for my web guy to say it's done. TeamDLZ.com is up. But look at I'm just going to say it. Look at what a douchebag. I mean, is that a bad thing to say? Am I allowed to say douchebag? Am I allowed to call him douchebag? I mean, I'm really trying to make sure that I don't say anything bad. Do you know? Trying to make sure that I'm keep it respectful.
With a deadly weapon. Martin, a 19-year veteran of the department, was at the center of a high-profile, controversial arrest in 2016. Martin was later suspended for excessive force during the arrest of Jacqueline Craig and her daughter. Craig had called police to report a neighborhood dispute before her conversation with Martin became confrontational. Craig and her daughter were wrestled to the ground and arrested. Charges against them were dropped. Craig's family received a $150,000 settlement from the city. Martin's appeal of his 10-day suspension.
What was this right here?
$1,000 settlement from the city. Martin's.
What is that right there? Oh, is this the city when they were reviewing is this like the city council meeting room here? Look at that room. Yeah, there's the flag. This is some sort of, this is I mean, and they're sitting at, okay, because they probably only convene once in a while.
Appeal of his 10-day suspension and request for back pay was denied. When asked, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office did not know Officer Martin's bond amount. He also did not know why it appears there is no mugshot available for Officer Martin right now, which is pretty unusual. Mugshots are usually available for people who have been charged, especially ones with felonies. Now, since the shooting, Officer Martin.
So don't let it slip by you.
For Officer Martin right now, which is not know why it appears there is no mugshot available for Officer Martin right now, which.
So there's no mugshot available for Officer Martin right now. You can find my mugshot online from when they wrongfully incarcerated me. I had to sit in jail for 4 months before it was overturned on appeal. But this cop goes to jail. He's charged with serious crimes, and there's no mugshot of him. Rules for thee, but not for me. Cops are sovereign citizens, straight up sovereign citizens. And it's absolute crap. It's absolute crap. He should have to have a mugshot. Just like you or I would have to have put a 1 in the chat if you got arrested. And listen to the charges. Listen to the charges.
Not $150,000 settlement from the city.
So they had to pay off $150,000 because of the violence he did to somebody else.
Martin's appeal of his 10-day suspension.
So he appealed for his 10-day suspension.
And request for back pay was denied. When asked, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office did not know Officer Martin's bond amount. He also did not know why it appears there is no mugshot available for Officer Martin right now, which is pretty unusual. Mugshots are usually available for people who have been charged, especially ones with felonies. Now, since the
charged with a felony, if you were charged with a felony, there would be a mugshot of you.
Shooting, Officer Martin has been on restricted duty. That is an administrative position with the department. There's really no policing power to that. His badge and gun were taken away. Since these charges have been filed, he's now on what's called detached duty. As for Samuel Christopher, the victim, his attorneys did not respond to Fox 4's multiple requests for comment today.
Of course not. It's so funny. They don't have to follow any of the rules that you and I have to follow. They don't have to live under a set of law like you and I do. They're not held accountable for anything they do. They get away with murder a lot of times, and assault and battery. They get to get away with. It's just don't call them pigs. Just don't call them pigs. Just don't call them pigs. Please, just don't call them pigs. And that's all I have to remember to do is not call them pigs.
Inside the jail, Sheriff Washington told
Dangerous.
So the investigators here, I really love that the investigation they do here on the Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff's deputies who work inside the Wayne County Jail have always had dangerous jobs.
And their decisions can mean the difference between life and death.
Just last year, one inmate was brutally murdered by his cellmate after a sheriff's deputy went missing from his assignment. He later resigned. Well, today, the sheriff's office is struggling with severe understaffing, with the jail currently 344 deputies short.
So, did the sheriff's office lower its standards when it hired one deputy with a troubling past?
Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
Some people are meant to be the police, and some people are meant to call the police. He's someone who's meant to call the police.
This is a story about a sheriff's deputy who's not allowed to be a police officer.
This man is not qualified to be in public safety at all, period.
Until his latest job, Jamonte Horton had been fired or forced to resign from every law enforcement department he's worked for. Today, he wears a badge from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. Jamonte Horton was hired less than 2 years ago by the
It's Ross Jones
Sheriff's Office. He came there after being rejected by the Detroit Police Department and the Macomb County Sheriff's Office, and failing the background checks with Farmington Hills Police and Waterford Police. Horton's problems began early in his career. While only a cadet with Wayne State Police, he showed up to a party with a loaded gun. After a fight broke out, Horton was shot and returned fire. He resigned in 2015 for his role in the shooting. His next stop, Ypsilanti Police, where Horton was written up for missing shifts, found sleeping in his patrol vehicle, and caught playing a homemade pornographic video featuring himself to his fellow officers while on duty.
Oh, what? Hold on a minute. Rewind. I'm sorry. So the sleep in your car is one thing. Hold on a minute.
His next stop, Ypsilanti Police, where Horton was written up for missing shifts.
Okay, I understand that. Everybody misses a shift from work. I get that. No big deal.
Found sleeping in his patrol vehicle.
I mean, people, you shouldn't, if you're a cop, you shouldn't fall asleep at work. But you know what? You could happen. You could fall asleep. You're right. I can understand that.
Vehicle and caught playing a homemade pornographic video featuring himself to his fellow officers while on duty.
What? Oh, snap. The first two, any American could say, you fell asleep at work, you missed a shift. Any American could go, I understand, that could happen. I mean, really, how fun is it? How fun is it when we catch a cop sleeping in his car? Put a 1 in the chat if that is so much fun. If that is so much fun, catching a cop asleep in his car, right? It's funny, right? Because we're like, you're supposed to be the best and the brightest, right? So, but the third one here, caught playing a homemade Hey, what's going on, Bobby? Nothing much. Check this out. Whoa, dude, what are you doing? Like, I mean, yeah, I'd feel uncomfortable. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd feel uncomfortable if a colleague of yours walked up to you and said, hey, Chad, check this out. I mean, how many of you would push the phone away from them? Put a 1 in the chat if you came up to me and said, hey, Chili, check this out. This is me in action. As soon as my eyes caught what I was looking at, whoa, no, dude, no. Like, he went to the Diddy freak off. Like, I mean, seriously, caught playing a homemade and showing it to his colleagues at work. I mean, that is, dude. Don't take this literally, but you got some big balls, bro. I knew this was going to devolve. Let's get back to the video.
Graphic video featuring himself to his fellow officers while on duty. He was also written up for putting those officers at risk, leaving a sergeant alone during a traffic stop and missing a knife during a search of a domestic violence suspect. And when he was working a sexual assault investigation, Horton failed to follow simple orders that led the case to be ignored for 2.5 months, leaving the suspect free on the streets.
Victims are the reason why police departments are in business, to help victims.
Oh, come on. Just, oh, God. Bleh. Someone put a puke emoji in the comments for me, pretty please.
Free on the streets.
Victims are the reason why police departments are in business, to help.
Victims are the reason police departments are in business. Is that what he just said? Let me tell you something. New statistics today are showing us that asset forfeiture, where the cops take your property without charging you with the crime, asset forfeitures by police departments, the number of dollars that they're taking in surpasses all of the crimes in America. Every crime in America that's a money crime, the police have passed them cumulatively, which is just insane. It is absolutely insane.
Help victims and to prevent people from being victims.
Ricardo Moore is a commissioner. Leaving the
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to play this for you again, and I'm not going to interrupt it. Forgive me. Okay. I want to warn you now that the next 10 seconds of this video, you're going to hear the biggest load of nonsense, of absolute untruth that you've ever heard. This next 10 seconds is, it's not true. This is not true.
The suspect free on the streets.
Victims are the reason why police departments are in business, to help victims and to prevent people from being victims.
Ricardo Moore is a commissioner with the Detroit Police Department
people from
who
being
rejected
victims.
Horton's applications twice.
He shouldn't be trusted with the privilege of being a police officer.
Facing termination from Ypsilanti, Horton resigned in 2019. His chief said he'd been given multiple opportunities to improve, but still wasn't capable of completing his core duties like coming to work and remaining awake. His next stop, the Highland Park Police.
Horton had been given multiple opportunities to improve, but still is not capable of completing his core duties, which is to come to work at his scheduled time and remain awake. I cannot believe that. That is
coming to work and remaining awake. His next stop, the Highland Park Police Department, where Horton's judgment was questioned early and often.
Who stabbed who? I ain't stabbed nobody, man.
In 2020, Horton responded to the scene of a stabbing at a club along Woodward Avenue. When it was time to handcuff a suspect, Horton was seen handing his department-issued AR-15 rifle to a strip club security guard, a violation of department policy. In a separate incident, while searching for a suspect, Horton did a U-turn across 2 lanes of traffic, striking another vehicle. According to Highland Park PD, he kept driving without checking on the driver he just hit. But the final straw came in 2022. While Horton was out on patrol, he heard over the radio that Detroit and Michigan State Police were engaged in a high-speed pursuit. According to Highland Park's investigation, Horton was ordered not to get involved in the chase, but he did anyway. And when he did, according to investigators, Horton manually turned off his body cam during the pursuit.
Why did you turn the camera off?
When questioned by Internal Affairs, Horton said the camera malfunctioned.
I didn't engage in no chase. I wasn't involved in the chase or anything.
But GPS data confirmed he was involved in the chase, and according to Internal Affairs, Horton made several false statements during the investigation. Highland Park called Horton's misconduct egregious, and as it prepared to fire him, he resigned in October 2022. 3 weeks later,
We really do want you on our team.
the Wayne County Sheriff's Office made Jamonte Horton a deputy. Since he resigned in Highland Park 2 years ago, Horton's law enforcement license was deactivated by the state, meaning he can't serve as a police officer until it's turned back on. But it turns out you don't need an active law enforcement license to work as a deputy inside a jail.
Oh, snap. And that's why I'm showing this to you.
Where Horton works today.
He works inside of a jail. So what does somebody have over another person in a jail? They have absolute power. They have absolute power over you. This guy being put in a jail, for anybody who's ever been in a jail for more than a day, you don't want a corrupt jail guard who doesn't have any ethics, morals, or principles. You don't want someone who can't stay awake. It's unbelievable to me that they would put him in a position of absolute power over hundreds or even thousands of men. That to me is just completely out of line.
We want to hire individuals committed to serving our citizens with honor and integrity.
You want to hire anybody who will sign up.
Did you say that honor and integrity are words that apply to that deputy?
I would say definitely not.
Glenn Anderson is a Wayne County commissioner.
It's very surprising that with the record like that we would have him working in the sheriff's department.
We wanted to ask Sheriff Washington why his office hired Horton after so many other departments took a pass, but he declined. So we caught up with him at a budget hearing earlier this month.
Did the sheriff's office lower its standards to hire Jamonte Horton?
We never lower standards. Never.
How troubled are you that he was found to have been untruthful?
I'm troubled that have if that is indeed a fact. I don't know that to be a fact. Somebody that's talked to me about that part of it.
Well, you hired him, sir. Is that a concern?
Our agency hired him.
Washington told us he had nothing to do with Horton's hiring, but that's his signature on a document asking the state to reactivate his law enforcement license.
What? I'm so sorry. What did they just say? I wasn't sure. It said something here.
It's his signature on a document asking the state to reactivate his law enforcement license.
So why would you want to reactivate his law enforcement license unless if he, as the sheriff, if he gets Horton's law enforcement license reactivated, Horton is going to owe the sheriff forever. Horton will do whatever the sheriff asks of him anytime without question. And anytime you do something without question, that means you have to turn off your brain to all morality. Morality equals thinking. You cannot be a moral person without thinking. So if you say, I'll do it without question, that means you have abandoned your own reason. And the moment you fail to reason is the moment, just like grape, you get cooked. You always have to be a thinking person. You can't ever do anything without question. What this does is indentures Horton to the sheriff. And that is a very dangerous position to be in.
Allowing him to police the streets. But last week, the state said no, issuing an intent to deny the county's request, saying Horton did not meet the character fitness standard to be an officer.
He was hired by several agencies.
He was fired by several agencies or forced to resign.
I don't know about our last.
He was fired or forced to resign from 3 different agencies.
I have no firsthand knowledge of that again.
Is that not something you should know about?
I'm going to know about it, and when I know about it, we'll address it.
We left voicemails, texts, and emails for Deputy Horton. He did not respond. If he chooses to, he can appeal the state's decision not to reactivate his law enforcement license. Even without it, though, he is still allowed to remain a deputy inside the jail. Sheriff Washington told me Horton has a stellar record since joining the county.
Well, yeah, he's given absolute power over inmates where he can hurt them and he can dominate them. It's the most ludicrous position to put him in. He's unethical. He's immoral. He made a tape with somebody else and then showed he made a PORNO. He made a PORNO tape. So that way I can actually try to keep a channel. They won't promote the channel to anybody outside of Team DLZ. That's why it's me and you rocking, baby. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Team DLZ all the way. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's keep going.
Voice, or you're going to jail. Listen to this guy, okay? Do you believe in it? Sit down. Sit down. Do you understand that? When I tell you to do something, you do it. Yes, all right. Okay. You're on a power trip? Is that what it is? No. Okay. I need you to listen. That's what's up.
Oh, we saw this one already. I think I showed this one first. Sorry. So I told you this would be a long video because I have like 20 videos. So here's what I do. Throughout the week, I see different videos and I'm like, I want to cover that. I'll put the video to the side. I'll put the link to the side. I put them all on one Chrome tablet, on one Chrome tab, and then I minimize the tab and then I'll add another link to it. Well, I had like 20 links up and I was like, oh my God, there's 20 videos I want to cover and I haven't covered them yet. So I'm trying to churn and burn and go through all these. I still have 9-10 tabs open of videos that I want to cover that people have to see. And this is the reason why police don't, this is the reason why people don't like the police. This is the reason why the things I'm sharing with you now. And I think that everybody should take a look at it. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't be doing it.
And gets shot and killed almost by the NYPD just a few steps from where we are. And it did not need to happen. We were told that you'll see a video of this man lunging at officers. That doesn't happen. At all. We were told that these officers feared for their lives. That's not the case.
That's not the case.
You'll see Mr. Delpeche minding his business in that train car, being directed away by an officer to a place where he cannot exit. There's one entrance and one exit to this train station. He attempts to leave the area, and these officers open fire, hitting him in the back of the head. This is a mass shooting inside of our subway system.
Damn, he said this is a mass shooting.
Inside of our subway. Man gets shot and killed. Mass shooting. Inside of our subway system. 4 people shot. That's a mass shooting at the hands of the NYPD. It never should have happened.
Wow. It's the you gotta get them now policy procedure. I gotta get you now. I have to grab you now and arrest you now. You have to cede to my authority. You got to get on your knees, lay on your belly. And if you don't, we have to get you. I'll call to endless resources to make sure that we get you. And that's the system of law enforcement. It will never work. It won't ever work. It'll always be corrupt. Ed Kreider knows this. It will always be corrupt. You have to have rights protectors, not law enforcers. And that's what we're facing. A country where everybody has a brother, a cousin, a best friend, a neighbor, someone they went to school with who's a cop. And so they say, oh, I got to see the cop's perspective too. No, we don't. You have to see the freedom perspective first. That's the most important perspective. Being a cop should be a dangerous job because there are some bad people. But most of us don't need to be treated like a POW. And that's what we're seeing in video after video after video. And that's the reason why there's an endless stream of content for me to share with you, because it's every day, all day. There's always a new video. It's not a couple of videos. It's a lot of videos. It's all day, every day. There's a new video. It's super, super frustrating.
Families say it's a first victory. The former Galveston police officer accused of beating multiple children at teens' pool party has been indicted and now faces multiple felonies and even misdemeanors.
Liliana Pearson live outside the Galveston DA's office this afternoon. Liliana, how did the charges ultimately come about?
Well, this has been months in the making. We know that the DA's office has been investigating, and now a grand jury has handed down 2 indictments against the former Galveston police officer, Jared Rivas. He now faces 3 felonies and 5 misdemeanors. From the start, families who say they were attacked by Jared Rivas have wanted him to face repercussions.
I think everything he did was wrong, and he used excessive force.
I feel like if he had his duty weapon on him at that time, our children would have been seriously injured. I think that somebody would have lost their life.
Today, families learned what those repercussions could be and are breathing a sigh of relief. A grand jury handed down an indictment. Rivas now faces a 3rd-degree felony for injury to a child, which carries 2 to 10 years in prison. A state felony for unlawfully restraining a child, which could get him up to 2 years in state jail. 1 Class A misdemeanor for official oppression, punishable by up to 1 year in county jail, and 4 Class A misdemeanors for assault and bodily injury. Also,
Okay, so those are the charges that he could face. He was indicted by a grand jury, but he has to be prosecuted by a prosecutor who wants to prosecute him and put him in jail. This is what he could be charged with. More than likely not charged with all those things. And if he is, no, put a 1 in the chat. If you know for a fact, he will not be charged with all 4 of those things. He'll be charged with 1 or 2. And then they'll be able to get 1 dismissed. And then they'll say, well, he's been a police officer for X amount of years, and he's a good person, and he has risked his life for the people of this city. And then he'll get probation. That it's wiped away off his record after 18 months, as long as he doesn't do it again. That's the problem. That's the problem. We've seen cops go to court where they did it and the jury finds them not guilty. It's insane. He's not going to be charged with all 4 of those crimes. They're saying, ooh, they got him and they charged him with crimes. Grand jury indicted him. He could be charged with all these things right here. The DA, though, has to prosecute him. Who does the DA work with day in and day out every single day? The cops. Who do they have a cozy relationship with? The cops. Every day in and day out. Should make you sick.
Punishable up to 1 year in county jail. As a reminder, these are the videos that sparked the investigation. Rivas is accused of acting as a security guard for the Island Bay Resort apartment. 1 year in county jail. As a reminder,
let's do an experiment here real quick. I just want you to listen real quick. All right, ready? We're gonna listen together.
These are the videos that sparked the investigation. Rivas is accused of acting as a security guard for the Island Bay.
And she talked over it, and you can still hear the punches thugging down on top of this human being. Listen to how hard the punches are.
To 1 year in county jail. As a reminder, these are the videos that sparked the investigation. Rivas is accused of acting as a security guard for the Island Bay Resort apartment complex. He came down to tell a group of teens having a birthday party that they needed to leave. But families say that he was hostile from the start and suddenly became aggressive, hitting children, mothers, and people who weren't even attending the children's birthday party.
Grab him by his head and...
So what do you call that? What do you call that when somebody... Listen to what the copper did.
Start and suddenly became aggressive.
He becomes aggressive, and how aggressive does he become?
Hitting children, mothers, and people who weren't even attending the children's birthday party.
Some people would say that that's an out of control pig, but I wouldn't say that. I don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs. Don't call them pigs. What is that? He went crazy, attacked kids, attacked their mothers, attacked people who weren't even there at that birthday party. They were just standing around. What do we call him? I mean, what do we call him? Oh, Bruce. What do we call him? What do we call him? I mean, what's the best name for him? What's the best name for someone who goes crazy? And by the way, who thinks that they can go crazy attacking children, mothers, and random people and get away with that? Only the police. Only the police believe they can do stuff like this. This is the problem. This you're looking at the actual problem.
Children, mothers, and people who weren't even attending the children's birthday party.
Grab him by his head and start pounding on his head. He was just hitting people.
The families today telling ABC 13 they are
on his head. He was just hitting people.
He was just hitting people.
The families today telling ABC 13 they are glad to see this important step. Their next goal is to make sure Rivas can't be hired by another law enforcement agency in the future. The DA's office says that they are seeking the earliest available trial date. And over the last several months, I've continued to reach out to Rivas to hear from him. I reached back out again today, but I have yet to hear back. From Galveston, I'm Liliana Pearson, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties here. This light just messed up on me. Sorry about that. Let me fix this light real quick. Dirty little. There we go. Cool. Now I can see you guys again. I mean, that was oh, is that what you call him? James said that he would call him an out of control pig. I don't know if I'd call him an out of control pig because I don't call cops pigs anymore. 350-pound guy attacked me and got away with it. Oh man, that sucks. And the police don't care about you, right? They didn't. You brought them the case, and they didn't care. They were like, "Who cares? We're not going to do anything about it." It wouldn't shock me at all.
Elijah McClain gripped the city of Aurora for years and drew protests around the country. In the end, the stiffest sentence in that case, 5 years, went to a paramedic who gave McClain a lethal dose of ketamine. He has done 10 months of that sentence. Peter Chichuniak was one of 3 people convicted in the case. Today, a judge ruled the remainder of his prison sentence will be converted to probation. McClain was 23 when he died after an encounter with Aurora first responders.
So absolutely nobody is accountable. There's not a single person who's going to be held accountable.
Back in 2019, he was unarmed.
This guy here, Rodima, he's the guy that was the arresting officer. Ugh.
He had not committed a crime. Chichuniak, along with another paramedic and a police officer, were convicted. Paramedic Jeremy Cooper got 4 years of probation. Former police officer Randy Rodima, 14 months in the Adams County Jail.
He got 14 months in jail for murdering Elijah McClain. And the paramedic got 5 years in prison, and then the judge just lets him out.
Tori Mason is your reporter in Aurora. And Tori, this sentence has really been the source of a lot of debate ever since it was issued.
Well, Alan, this sentence alone was really controversial. Some believe justice was served. Some thought it wasn't enough time. Others thought the penalty was too harsh for a first responder. This morning, a judge decided Peter Chichuniak.
I'm sorry. What did she just say? Let's listen to what Tori says one more time.
The penalty was too harsh for a first responder.
The penalty was too harsh for a first responder who ran up and without getting consent injected a man with a chemical that killed him. And it matters. Yeah, it should be more harsh because he is a first responder.
This morning, a judge decided Peter Chichuniak had been away long enough.
I'm very sorry that Elijah is no longer with us, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
It's been 6 months since Peter Chichuniak was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Now, the former paramedic will be out in days. In a motion to reduce his sentence, his attorneys wrote Chichuniak is an individual with no history of violence and no prior criminal history, and is not an ongoing risk to the public. Friday, the court determined sentence reconsideration is appropriate. 5 years in prison became 4 years probation. The Colorado Attorney General's office says the decision was made due to, quote, unusual circumstances in Chichuniak's case. Attorney General Phil Weiser writes, "We are disappointed the court reduced his sentence today, but we respect."
We are disappointed the court reduced his sentence today. So, in other words, there is no justice for Elijah McClain. You can't put someone away for 14 months for being a hostile psychopath and essentially killing Elijah McClain. And he does 14 months, the copper did. And then the paramedic who actually did the injecting, who's supposed to be a medical professional, who's supposed to know better, then his sentence is turned into probation. So there is no justice for Elijah McClain. And this is the reason why people call police pigs, because there's no justice. Rodima should have got 10 years in prison, at least. At the very least, flat time. We had to serve every day of it for what he did. It's atrocious, and it's completely and utterly unacceptable. It has to be changed. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. Yeah, we saw this one earlier. I'm sorry. I wanted to show you this. So hold on a minute. Okay, so as I was going through and looking for videos, Glass Heart, what's going on? Can I get an OTVO in the comment section? Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Can you do that for me? Would you put OTVO in the comment section? I would really appreciate it. Charlie, what are you doing, little guy? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, little Charlie? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sitting here. I'm doing something. Can you hit me back in a minute? Everybody, this is Charlie. Say hello to Charlie. Charlie. Sorry about that. Sometimes. So I want to show you this. I was looking for videos. I was looking at Chris Alderson. What is going on? Nice to see you, man. Chico, good to see you. Free Eric Brandt. Good to see you. Free Eric Brandt. So good to see you. Melisa. Hey, Melisa, how you doing? Good to see you. Melisa, got a hoodie coming for you. Got a hoodie coming. Right on. Nice to see you. OTVO said taxi. Overturn Terry versus Ohio is here. So I was looking for videos and I put in there, cop pulled me over. I wanted to see a pullover video. And I got to a video and I hit pause. And then I let it sit right there. And I want to show you what I saw when I paused the video. Nope. Nope. Hold on one second. There it is. Look at that. Look at that freeze frame of them where the cops have them pulled over. Do you ever feel like that when you get pulled over by cops? Neither one of them has a worry in the world. They're having the best time ever. King Braveheart, thank you. Melisa, thank you for the gifted memberships. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to find Melisa's right now. There it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. But look at that. Look at that. So this video is only 5 minutes. So let's go to the beginning of this and check this bad chicken out.
He was nice. Oh, he's nice, yeah, but I'm still getting the ticket. It's Jim. No.
While I was looking for locations to shoot rollers for my Corvette, I got pulled over.
Did the taillight go out? Whoops.
No idea.
I don't know.
Good. Oh.
Yeah, this is a bad idea. Appreciate it. Thank you. Like, what the hell did I do?
I'm actually confused too.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing this. Hold on. Jesus, where's my license? Oh, dude. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Oh, they're both here. Dude.
Hey, how you doing this evening?
What's that?
How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing.
Hello's for suckers. Put it in the chat. Hello is for suckers. What are you saying hello for? You, Mr. Guy Smiley Friendly?
Here. Dude.
Hey, how you doing this evening?
What's that?
How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
All right. Just gonna ask for your driver's license and your registration if you got it.
Sure. May I ask why I was pulled over?
Yeah, you didn't signal at the turn back there.
Oh.
Which I know sounds kind of small, but unfortunately they actually built that intersection wrong, and we've had a couple. If you got it.
Sure. May I ask why I was pulled over?
Yeah, you didn't signal at the turn back there.
Oh.
Which I know sounds kind of small, but unfortunately they actually built that intersection wrong, and we've had a couple SUVs rolled there.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, I'm sorry. I
target that one for enforcement.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see.
Did you hear this load of it's around the corner? Did you hear the load of poo that this cop said, that they designed that intersection for you to use your blinker? They've had some rollovers there, and so it's a point of enforcement to pull you over for not using your blinker. I don't know how much more BS I've ever heard.
Sure. May I ask why I was pulled over?
Yeah, you didn't signal at the turn back there.
Oh.
Which I know sounds kind of small, but unfortunately they actually built that intersection wrong.
They built the intersection wrong.
And we've had a couple SUVs rolled there.
Oh,
and you've seen a couple SUVs rolled there because you didn't use your blinker.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry. I
target that one for enforcement.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. I got it.
We actually target that one for enforcement. So let's be honest. This is a Wren stop, an extension of Terry versus Ohio, that says they'll find a minor traffic infraction and pull you over in hopes that maybe they can find something more. That's what this is. That's what's going on here. They wanted to see if they could smell anything or if they were impaired, if there's anything they could see in the car. You didn't use your blinker. That intersection was built wrong. So we actually enforce the no blinker thing here. We actually enforce it. What a load of crap. You wanted to find a reason to pull him over, to get in his car, to try to arrest him, impound his car, take him to the dungeon, and steal his money. That was your goal, and it's still your goal. Don't be fake, dude. Now that you're in it.
But don't worry. Here we go. Boom. I got you, man. Here you go.
All right. Are you the registered owner of the car?
No, technically it's my father. I am a licensed driver on the car though. Well, like on the insurance.
Okay. All right. Are you still on the graduated licensing, or do you have your full license? Or
That is technically my full license. In Maryland, like it doesn't go to the horizontal till
It's just
21.
our computer systems don't list it out well. So
I got you. I got you. There you go.
Okay, all right. Where are you guys heading to tonight?
Oh, we were just we're
What?
about to go film something.
Whoa. Hold. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Horizontal till
It's just
21.
our computer systems don't list it out well. So
I got you. I got you. There you go.
Okay, all right. Where are you guys heading to tonight?
By the way, right here, what does he laugh about? How nervous of a laugh is this? Watch him. There's nothing to laugh about, but he laughs. Watch.
It out well. So
I got you. I got you. There you go.
Okay, all right. Where are you guys heading to tonight?
What? That was awkward. That was awkward.
Don't list it out well. So
I got you. I got you. There you go.
Okay, all right. Where are you guys heading to tonight?
Oh, we were just we're about to go film something.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you have your license, registration, and everything's put together, you plead the Fifth Amendment. If you have everything put together, your license, registration, proof of insurance, you plead the Fifth. You use your trifold. If you don't have a trifold, you still say, I plead the Fifth Amendment, and they are recording, so you want to be recording. But if you're going to do it how I would have to do it now, because now I have to be nice and I got to be cordial and I got to do all these things, right? So now you could say, if he says, hey, where are you heading tonight?
All right. Where are you guys heading to tonight?
Respectfully, officer, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment right and not share anything outside of the scope, especially without my attorney present. I don't want to face any questioning. Thank you. And that's still too many words, but you don't want to give him a bunch of information. I don't know what I can do for you, Scott. I'm sorry you got attacked, man. I see you in the comment section.
Oh, we were just we're about to go film something for a YouTube video. We were just like looking around, figuring out what road would be the best to do it on. It's gonna be like at 1 a.m. when we film it, so that's why we're out real late.
Well, just be careful whatever you're filming.
Of course, always are.
Out of curiosity, what is it?
Sure.
Oh God, why would you tell the cop any of your business?
Automotive YouTuber. He's a motorcycle YouTuber. What we were doing is I have a Corvette that's parked over by his house, and once we finally find the location we're getting, and it's late enough so there's no cars on the road, because we would never want to drive with no other people, because we have the camera, we hold it right here.
Oh, dude, you have a Corvette, he's got a motorcycle, and now we take our cameras and we do this and we do that. Why would you tell the cop that you shoot any videos between your car and your motorcycle? For what reason would you do that? Why would you tell the copper that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Thanks for the super chat. Why would you tell the cop that you film each other? He's got a motorcycle and I got a Corvette, and we do this really late at night so there's no other cars around. Why would you do that? Cop, where are you heading tonight? Driver, point B. Where are you coming from tonight? Driver, point A. That's what you say. It's just so unbelievable to me. King Braveheart with 5 more memberships. Thanks, King Braveheart. Good to see you again, King. Salute you, sir. So it's just so unbelievable to me why you would tell him that you film each other. I mean, and listen to it. He really gets into it too. I'll go back one more.
What we were doing is I have a Corvette that's parked over by his house, and once we finally find the location we're getting, and it's late enough so there's no cars on the road, because we would never want to drive with no other people, because we have the camera, we hold it right here on the side of the car. We don't want to do that with anybody else around, so we wait until it's late, and then we're filming rollers.
Okay, yeah, just be real careful when you do that.
Of course, man. We always are.
I probably wouldn't write you a ticket for anything, but if you're doing anything where you could be written a ticket,
I got you, man.
Okay, yeah, just be real careful when you do that.
Of course, man. We always are.
I probably wouldn't write you a ticket for anything, but if you're doing anything where you could be written a ticket,
I got you, man. Don't.
I wouldn't write your ticket, but if you think you're doing anything you could write a ticket for, I'd probably write you a ticket.
Anyways, give me a moment. I'll be back.
Sure.
He was nice.
Oh, he's nice, yeah, but I'm still getting a ticket.
Oh, you think he's still gonna give you a ticket?
I couldn't. I didn't even change lanes.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's just saying no. Don't do it. Please, God. Do you know how many warnings I've gotten? This is going to be my third warning. If you
Dude, can't see anything. Can't even.
Dude, I didn't even know I changed lanes.
Well, I thought it was you turned and then I thought when you were turning you were in the like left turn only lane.
I can't. Oh, there's the other cop car.
I thought you were in like the left turn only
can't
lane.
see anything from the other.
I had no idea. He said they built that intersection wrong.
And they had like SUVs rolling.
So is it my fault that happened? It doesn't matter. I'm not, dude. I'm not even stressing.
Anytime I get pulled over though, man, like heart starts beating
Well,
and stuff.
the first time I got pulled over was when I was going to cover his shift.
I'm not even getting pulled over and my heart was beating. It's like, what the fuck?
You're not the one at risk here. Already feel like,
yeah.
Nah, dude, it's no big deal. Like, I mean, like when I got pulled over with Jason, like my hands were going like this. I didn't even know which one was my insurance card. Like the cop pointed, he's like, "It's that one." I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like, I'm not.
Well, Jimbo, I'm proud of you. You handled it pretty well.
I'm not dude. I'm not addicted to cops because like I do some of the most illegal shit on the planet.
nice to them, baby.
Dude, we have a Corvette that looks like a fucking rainbow. Okay, like we were driving that car, I would have gotten a ticket, no doubt.
It'd be funny if the same guy pulls you over for driving that car with lights on.
I'd be like, listen.
I'm super happy for them that they can have the cops behind them and have that jovial light. It's almost as though he knows that he's not going to get in any trouble. That's what it's like, right? Isn't that what it seems like? And I got nothing against this creator. I wish him nothing but the best. I'm super happy that he can take being pulled over for nothing because he says you didn't use a blinker at a broken intersection, and so we enforce that. I don't see how you can be stopped by police and then enjoy that you're being stopped at the tip of a gun. To me, I just find it to be such garbage.
Like, wait a minute.
Like, I'll take the ticket, but can I at least show you the footage?
Wait a minute. Didn't I just pull you over like a couple hours ago for not signaling at the light?
Wait, like, oh, it's you again. I'm like, see, I told you I had a Corvette.
So the lesson or the moral of this story is to
not get caught.
Use your turn signal.
Use your turn signal.
That is true. I want to say for the record that I've been telling this man to use his turn signal.
I didn't even know I was changing lanes, though. That's the thing. I didn't even know I was changing.
So even if he doesn't use his turn signals, if it doesn't hurt anybody and it doesn't affect anybody, then why does he have to deal with a cop?
Changing lanes. I had no idea I had crossed over. It'll get
expensive.
Yeah, it'll get you 1.2 million views if you get an illegal UE.
What's up? Oh. Yeah.
So why do you think it got 1.2 million views? Because people don't like how cops treat us.
But that cop, he was a dick.
You're right. No, he was a complete asshole.
Yeah.
He's like, if you picking it like the eye you're looking at, like you picking it up, like, no, I'm just looking at it. You're looking at it. What's the big deal? Like,
yeah.
It's a nice car.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you've never seen that video of his?
What car? What?
Like, you know, by Fleming's Ultimate Garage, there's that BMW dealer.
Yeah.
He pulled an illegal UE to go pull into this parking lot, like where a BMW i8 was parked, to just look at it. And the cop comes around.
That was one of your older videos.
Yeah.
I did see that.
This man's gonna look at my record. Name my record. It's 2 speeding warnings, a reckless driving in Virginia.
I wonder if they can see that.
Why did he just take out his baton?
All right, here you go. What I got for you?
Cool.
Just a warning.
Oh, I appreciate it.
No
Thank
points,
you.
no fines, no nothing like that. In the future, I appreciate what you're trying to do. Pull into a parking lot. We like that.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't do it real safely, did I?
Well, no, you're fine. Just maybe a less crowded parking lot than 7-Eleven at
Gotcha.
Georgia and,
I try to always pull over as fast as
yeah,
possible.
no, we like it. It just jacks up all the stuff for these people.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
So he can't even be happy with how the guy pulled over. I mean, this cop comes up to humble bitch about how he pulled over.
Just a warning.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
No
Thank you.
points, no fines, and nothing
So
like
he
that.
just got a warning, and this guy's still scared. He's been scared the whole time.
In the future, I appreciate what you're trying to do. Pull into a parking lot.
In the future, because he's planning on pulling him over again.
You like that?
Yeah, I know. I just didn't do it real safely, did I?
Well, no, you were fine. Just maybe a less crowded parking lot than 7-Eleven at.
Gotcha.
He's not happy where he pulled over in this parking lot, pull over in a different parking lot. Like, just has to tell you what to do. Gave him a warning ticket for not using a blinker when it affected nobody. He's the only one that had any issue with it.
I try to always pull over as fast as possible.
No, we like it. It just jacks up all the stuff for these people.
Gotcha.
I mean, just listen to him bitching. Listen to the cop just bitching. Don't pull in over here, pull in over there. I don't want you to pull into a busy parking lot. Pull into a different parking lot. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but make sure you do it like this next time, because he's planning on pulling him over again. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody likes this. You gave him a warning ticket. You showed him you're the man. And now he just has to let him know all these other things.
Cool. Warning.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
No
Thank you.
points, no fines, and nothing like that. In the future, I appreciate what you're
In the future, saying that, yes, you will be pulled over again, and they're trying to arrest you.
trying to do. Pull into a parking lot. We like that.
Yeah, I know. I
We like that?
just didn't do it real safely, did I?
Well, no, you were fine. Just maybe a less crowded parking lot than
Can you pull into a less crowded parking lot next time?
7-Eleven at.
Gotcha. I try to always pull over as fast as
Yeah, no,
possible.
we like it. It just jacks up all the stuff for these people.
Gotcha.
We like it. It just jacks up all the stuff for these other just complaining and pissing and moaning.
Anyways, you
All right, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You have a good night, all right?
Yep, you too. Be careful whatever you do.
Of course.
Side streets, not Georgia Avenue, because that's how people get it by.
Oh, yeah, no.
Just giving him directive after directive, telling him how to live his life. The guy stops to shake his hand and listen to the directive after the directive.
Yep, you too. Be careful whatever you do.
Be careful whatever you do.
Of course.
Side streets, not Georgia Avenue, because that's
Use the side streets, not Georgia Avenue.
how people get it by.
Oh, yeah, no. We were actually thinking
Some
of just
people
going,
get hit by
probably
cars.
just on one of the back roads around here, like at 1 a.m, where there's literally nobody. Like, we don't want to do it here.
Whatever you do, be safe about it. Okay.
Of course. Thank
And he's got to tell him to be safe again. It's just directive after directive after directive. It's just, get off of me, bro. I don't need your help. Why'd you told him what you're doing. He may now come drive and look for you when he's bored on one of those back roads you go film on. Put one in the chat if you think that he would easily just track this guy down. He told him where he goes. It's just, so
On
frustrating.
February 24th, 2024, officers responded to a call of a disturbance between roommates.
Today I was here being inspectors. The house.
I'm moving. I'm
Northport 1 William 10, 1074.
here. This is the landlord.
Hold on a second, okay? I'm listening to him, and I'm
His
listening.
story's different. I'm the one that's been here. I called the police on him before.
I
He's
got that.
Russian. I'm American. I know my rights.
I don't care if you're American. He's
Okay,
Russian.
well, Russians have different culture than us, okay? Because I've spoken to his wife. Apparently,
Are you going to let him tell me his side, and then I'll listen to your
his
side?
side doesn't matter. This is my case.
Whoa, she's not starting off too good.
No, I'm pissed. I booked this place for the year. Now I have to move because of this guy. So I'm gone in 2 days.
You don't know that for sure, okay? We don't know that for sure, that you have to move in 2 days.
I already got a place.
Okay.
That's why he did this, because he had his one last chance. No, I'm not.
Are you a roommate or friend, or, I mean, can you calm her down?
Yeah. So we split. I have another house, and
He doesn't know the story.
and this lady will move to another house.
I don't give a fuck.
You should give. But they don't.
He
get
assaulted
well
me.
along
He's
their
going
police
to
split.
get. I'm pressing charges.
So
I don't give a fuck.
today I saw they started.
That's what I'm talking about. The domestic violence charges where there's not a mark on her, but he pushed me, and so he has to go to jail.
She mostly started.
Yeah, I started shit right in front of him because now
I can't hear him because you're screaming. Please shut up.
Please shut up, Lord.
hands on me now. Yeah.
And he's absolutely okay.
Hi. I'm Maria and I know my rights.
Okay, good. I'm Officer Kerr.
Thank you. I was instructed to be quiet.
Okay, so why don't you talk to me?
No, I'm gonna be quiet.
You can talk to him now. I can only talk to one person at a time. That's why I asked you not to talk.
You're
When you
wasting
try to talk.
yours.
So this is what's going to happen. We're investigating a disturbance.
Yeah.
If you can't allow us to investigate it, I'm going to stick you in the back of a cop car.
No,
and
I
detain you.
was told that I was.
Okay, so while he's
You're not
talking
gonna
to him,
threaten to
all right. Yep, you're detained.
Sir.
If you go inside, you're going to get arrested. Go down here on the sidewalk.
Why are you hurting me? Oh my God.
Okay, so what does detainment mean, and where does it come from? What does detainment? He's saying, I'm going to put you in the back of a car, and then he jumps to you're under arrest. So what does detainment mean? Detainment is from the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. There was no such thing as detainment before Terry versus Ohio. That's what you're seeing and hearing here.
You're under arrest.
Sir, I got assaulted. Okay, by a man.
I didn't have time to even get to that point.
Please stop. Why is he doing?
We're under arrest.
You're under arrest. You're not listening to them.
Stop resisting.
Okay.
I'm going to dump your ass.
Can I talk to you?
You're gonna go face down in the dirt here in a second.
Why? I'm not doing anything.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay, my hands are behind my back.
Stop resisting.
It's come to a disturbance before, okay? And I called you guys because I wanted you to be aware of what was going on.
Okay.
So, today it escalated. I'm gone in 2 days.
How did this guy assault you?
No, not him, honey.
What's wrong with this cop?
It's because I wanted you to be aware of what was going on.
Okay.
He's trying to get his handcuffs out.
So, today escalated.
What's wrong with that cop? What's he smiling like that for?
I'm gone in 2 days.
How did this guy assault
What's wrong with that guy? That was so creepy.
you?
No, not him, honey. The guy in the house. Are you serious? You don't know what's happening?
I didn't, because I had
Can I talk to
half
you?
the story from him, and you were
Where's
screaming
the
over him.
landlord?
You're on this phone.
Let's do it. Can you come talk to me? Oh, you might get a call. Thank you. Will you come talk to me?
He will when we're all done.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, we'll get
I
to
was
that.
scared.
So you need to follow lawful directions so that we can
I
conduct.
think I am, but you're just getting a little spicy. I'm a good person. I'm moving in
Have a
2
seat.
days. I also have
Have
to
a
work
seat.
in a little bit,
I'm
okay?
giving you a lawful order. Have a seat.
Thank
And then
you.
touch another charge.
What charge? Will you talk to me for a minute so that
Oh, I mean, like her or hate her, right? There is a moment right here that you're going through when someone is given the power to chain you up and then put you in a cage. And she's saying that violence was done to her. Like her or don't like her, call her a Karen, call her whatever you want. She called the police to press assault charges, and now she's in the back of the car in the chains and being arrested. And the cop can't let it go. You're being arrested. You're going to jail. For what? What has she done so wrong that she needs to go to jail, that she needs to be cuffed up, and she needs to go down to be processed at a jail and even bonded out of jail to get out of that dungeon? What has she done so wrong? She was a little bitchy when he got there, a little snipey, a little snippy, a little short-tempered, a little irritated. He has the right to detain her because of Terry versus Ohio. Why couldn't he just listen to her snipping and detain her? Why does he have to go to this level where, no, you're going to jail, now you're under arrest? She said, hey, I got to go to work shortly here. You may not like her, but this isn't equal. This is wrong. This isn't proportional to what she's done wrong. Even not respecting his authority doesn't mean that what she's done is so wrong that she should be chained up and taken to a jail, kidnapped from her home, her phone stripped from her. I don't know how much I like her. It doesn't matter if I like her or not. This is inhumane. This is unjust. This is wrong.
wait. I'm a good person. I'm moving in
Have a
2 days.
seat.
I also have to
Have a
work
seat.
in a little bit,
I'm
okay?
giving you a lawful order. Have a seat.
Thank
And then
you.
touch another charge.
What charge? Will you talk to me for a minute so that way you can
Slide
get
your
the
feet in.
actual story?
Slide your feet in.
Okay. I really want to
Slide
talk to the
your
officer.
Slide your feet in. I'm not going to tell you.
Why am I being detained?
You're under arrest.
Why?
Obstruction.
Wow. Wow.
I'm being detained.
If you don't notice, take a look at her. She's shaking. She's going through real trauma. This is not a fight with the roommate anymore. Now she's losing her freedom. Watch her. Look at her body, her stomach, her leg. Look at it closely.
I'm not going to tell you.
Why am I
She's shaking.
being detained?
You're under arrest.
Why?
Obstruction.
Can you please let my dog back?
So, what happened in the house with whoever assaulted you?
Okay, so that is the landlord. This isn't your.
Okay, the guy out front is the landlord.
He only comes around maybe once every 2 months. Him and his wife own multiple locations. Okay. So there's a house a street over that they own. And because this guy has been so verbally and physically abusive, I booked the place till the end of the year and I have to move because of that.
If you could still respond, we're not sure yet how many people are inside the house. All right, sorry about all that, and maybe we can resolve it once she calms down.
Welcome in. Patient is now safely on the ground.
Maybe we can resolve it once she calms down. So if you're not taking her to jail, then you're terrorizing her and telling her that you're going to kidnap her and take her to jail. Maybe we can resolve this once she calms down. She seems pretty calm to me. There's no reason to take her to jail at all whatsoever. She didn't do anything that was arrestable where she's a danger to anybody else there or herself. She hasn't threatened to hurt any other persons. She just didn't get along with the cop for a second.
But who we all live together.
So this is an Airbnb. We all roommate with each other. So I'm the roommate. He's the roommate. This is the owner.
Find out.
There's another roommate inside that he's sleeping.
Without arguing with one another, what's the issue today?
So you had this place for a year.
No, I booked it. I booked it. Now you don't pay for it. You just book it. And then I pay for it a few months in advance. It's an Airbnb, right? She has a place a street over. So when this guy started being physically and verbally abusive, I booked the other place. So I'm moving in 2 days. All of a sudden, the guy, that Russian guy, is doing a walkthrough. And I came out and I told him, I said, you're the reason why I'm moving. And then he got up in my face. I don't care to press charges because I'm moving in 2 days. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I called the police recently.
So who is the guy that assaulted you? Not the landlord?
No. He's very nice. He's just doing a walkthrough.
So who's the guy that assaulted you?
The black guy.
Is he your roommate, your boyfriend, your husband?
I've never met him besides here.
Oh, God.
The black guy.
Oh.
Doing a walkthrough.
I mean,
So who's the guy that assaulted you?
The black guy.
Is he your roommate, your boyfriend, your husband?
I've never met him besides here. I only know him.
You don't have to yell at me. Okay?
I just talk loud. I promise. You guys think that because I've worked in music venues, I have hearing issues.
So is there an issue?
now she's got to beg and plead and hope she doesn't get taken to jail.
Today did something get physical between anybody? Because she's saying that it was physical.
No, that's what she want to create.
Okay. Is there videos or anything of any of this?
There's like
We have three witnesses.
Am I being arrested?
Yes.
Why?
For obstruction.
What does that mean?
That means when you're told to do something and you don't do it, you get arrested.
Well, can you release me?
No.
I have to go to work in a little bit.
Well, you won't be going to work today.
How do I do this? What do you mean?
Well, you'll be going to jail.
I'm going to jail?
You'll have to post bond. Yes, ma'am. You're under arrest.
Sir.
That's what that means. That's what that means.
Why is she going to jail though? I'm just so confused. We're watching the same video, right? She was a little snappy in the beginning because she was upset and frustrated. That makes a lot of sense to me. But what the most astonishing part for me is that there's a whole system created, judges and prosecutors who will look at that and go, oh yeah, let's give her a criminal record. Let's give her a charge and let's make her pay a fine to the city, do some community service. She didn't do anything. There was no crime. There was no crime done by anybody or anything. Dan Hanlon said she was just irritated. Yeah, she was irritated.
You get put in handcuffs and back up a police car because you're under arrest. That means you're going to jail.
No.
You have to post bond.
Why would I go to jail when this is happening to me? You can release
Because
me.
you're not
This is
listening.
my first day of my
You're not
new job.
listening.
Dude, I'm a waitress at Cracker Barrel. I
So
gotta
would
go
you
to
tell me
work.
what happened with the guy in the house?
Yes. When he got in my face, like he's done before, the reason why.
Well, I mean, it's her first day at her new job. She's a waitress at Cracker Barrel. And then she's going to have to tell them that she went to jail.
I called the police before is because he likes to put his finger in my face, and this time it actually hit my face. So that way that's why I called you guys, is because he has to know that he can't do things like that.
So this is pretty normal. Like
Again, this has happened before. They got into it a while ago, and then the cops were called. I came out here to kind of mediate things. Because they started arguing about laundry. And then they started yelling and getting into his face. So I was like, calm down, let's calm down. And then she went and called the police. And I was like, you don't really need to do that. And then she hung up. And then I said, well, now you hung up. Now the cops are going to come because you hung up on the operator.
He's very mean, and he's the reason why I'm moving. And
So
today,
how long has he been here?
I don't know him like that. It's a weird situation because it's an Airbnb. Okay, so I moved over here from Hollywood. Right? So it's a weird situation, but we don't know each other like that little black kid.
You have no relationship with him?
None. No friends. I'm friends with the other people that live in the house because I'm cool. I'm like a hippie chick.
How many people live in the house?
4. Yeah.
And everybody has their own room?
Yes. It's a weird situation, but it was affordable, and the fenced-in yard for my dog. That's why I can't be going to jail, honey. I have animals.
You live here also? Okay.
I just asked about our dog and what we can do.
Well, we'll just see where we're at with all this. Apparently, there's a lot of people that live here. So
yeah, it's a freaking Airbnb with 5 bedrooms. So we got a ton of people.
She just kept getting in his face, and she ran into his finger or something like that.
Sir, you can just leave it on the ground. Yeah, you can just leave. I'll collect that.
Freaking house in this neighborhood and turn them into these hotels.
Did you with the pink shorts?
Huh?
The guy in the pink? Or this guy? It's cute.
This is your house, right? This is your house, right?
What? You own?
You're the owner.
Yes.
Yes, I came for inspection today to see. Unfortunately, these guys they don't get along. So the lady moves to another house
Right.
because they don't
she's
get
gonna move back over here to your house over here, right?
Yes.
Like within a couple days, I think she said.
He was going like this, and we got really close, and it hit me in the face, right by where I have my scar on my face.
and
Maybe
that's-
it did trigger a little PTSD.
And that's assault. That's battery, which is just ridiculous. Saying he touched my face and so he should be arrested and go to jail. I was in jail with a bunch of guys who he pushed me.
Last time that a man hit me, he can't do that. It's not right. I know my rights, and I called you guys because I want to be protected. I want to feel protected.
And landlord witness it? Did the landlord witness it? What about the other person there, the guy with the glasses
Oh,
and
that guy.
the shower
He's
cap?
really cool. His name's Damani, and he's like, he's been one of the people that.
Did he witness it?
No, he wasn't in the kitchen.
It's just the landlord.
Listen, I don't want to press charges. I'll go get a hotel room right now. I have to get out of here. I have so much riding on my new life. Please pull some strings for me, please. I will go get a room right now. I swear to God.
Oh, come on, dude. Give her a chance. I mean, she screwed up by calling the cops, but come on. Give her a chance. What do you guys think in the audience? Just take a vote. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that this woman should be uncuffed, be released, and be able to go to her new job. A new job is a new life. It's a new start. There's a lot of processes you go through to get a new job. This is the first day at her new job. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that she should be released and that she should be able to go to her new job. Right? Like she's saying she doesn't want to press charges. She doesn't want to press charges against the other person. She calmed down about it. And she just wants to go to her new job. The cops came there, squared it away. Everybody can be separated now, and she can go to work. She can go stay at a different hotel. How about that? Let's see how it plays out.
Did you witness this incident in the kitchen between?
Yeah, I saw it. Like I said to the other officer, this has happened before. The cops came out. The cops, I believe it was like 3 officers that came out.
Did he strike her in the face at all?
It was me. There was another guy that was watching. I guess he left somewhere, but no one hit anybody. He had his hand out like this, and she kind of like ran into his hand.
Okay.
I don't know how she did that, but she walked into his hand, and I was like, "Let's calm down."
it's just been tensions brewing for quite some time. And that's why she's been looking to get out.
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah. Like you said, when you got 5 people in here.
That's horrible. It's like going back to college.
So you guys just roommates? Yeah, dating?
No.
Husband, wife, kids in common, nothing like that?
No.
Okay. They'll just share this house as separate rooms.
Everybody have a
I mean, what do you got? Freaking Einstein, bro? You can't figure out it's a 5-bedroom house as an Airbnb? It's the most popular thing to ever do.
separate rooming, separate spaces.
How long have y'all been staying here together?
I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is, when we showed up, we didn't exactly know what was going on. And she refused to answer questions and refused to follow directions. So she's kind of at where she's at because of the stuff she did. Not to y'all, but, we're not going to come here and mess around when there's 6 people standing out front and she's acting like that. And we tell her, stop.
So he's over there cop-splaining, justifying why he's going to arrest this woman?
Her name, calm down. And she tries to run into the house. I'm going to go get her name and all that stuff.
For the love of God. I mean, this is the whole point. We have created kings of cops. They have absolute power over us. It's up to them. It's their discretion whether or not they get to arrest us or not, whether they get to kidnap us, take us to a dungeon. You should not be arrested if you're not a threat to others or a threat to yourself. You should not be arrested. This is now, I mean, who here is sitting here waiting, hoping that this guy has a shred of decency in him and he takes her out of the torture cuffs and lets her go to her new job? Like, Letzo DVO said it. I really don't care what you want to call it. Just keep your hands off me unless the crime committed warrants you touching me. This is what I'm talking about. I hope and pray that he lets her go. I haven't seen this.
I don't know how they're in your car, but I pulled my nail polish off. Can I just put? Oh, sorry. I don't want to do that.
What is your name?
My name's Maria. I'm really sorry about this. I just woke up and it just startled me, and then I just took the opportunity to.
She's just trying not to go to jail. I realize she's putting on a show. I get it, but I'm with her. I hope she gets out of this.
Confront him, and then he hit me, and I mean, with your finger, but like it's my right as an American. I just wanted to make a point.
Can they keep your dogs?
Who? No.
You don't want them to keep the dogs?
No, I mean, no, they can. Are you arresting me?
Yes, I already told you that. And I already told you we're beyond that. Okay, so let's just move.
Wow. What? I mean, look at her face right there. She's going through that absolute pain of knowing that she's being kidnapped, that the job she just got, they won't hire her now. They're not going to understand that she went to jail for obstruction. They're not going to understand at all. It's just, we're beyond that now. Didn't I talk about that? What's the matter, you? Didn't I talk about this earlier today on the audit when I went to the cop shop and I was filming the cops, and I said there's so many cops who say we're beyond that now, but there really weren't. She really didn't even cause him that much consternation. She just passively resisted, and this moment right here is like the worst moment ever.
No.
You don't want them to keep the dogs?
No, I mean, no, they can. Are you arresting me?
Yes, I already told you that. And I already told you we're beyond that. Okay, so let's just move past that.
How do I do this? I don't know how to go to jail.
Well, I'll tell you. You go up there. You're processed inside.
Can you please get me out of this? I cannot go to jail. I don't understand why.
I want to answer your questions, but you keep.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested, though. Like, I haven't committed.
Yeah, she hasn't hurt anybody else. I mean, I feel horrible for her. I feel terrible for her. She made a mistake. She's dumb. Her life doesn't deserve to be turned completely upside down, though. These guys show up and it turns your life completely upside down.
A crime, and I have.
You did commit a crime.
How?
When we show up to investigate a reported crime and you refuse to follow directions,
I was trying to be upset.
No, you were trying to run away from police.
I was upset. It was scary because this man hurt me, and now he's getting away with it.
Well,
and I don't know.
I spoke to up there said that didn't happen. No one hit anyone.
Oh, okay. Well, he did put his finger in my face, and he hit me in the face with it.
Unfortunately, you don't have any injuries that I can see, and no one else is saying that happened.
Okay, the Damani Can you bring him over so I can talk to? Can you tell him to take care of the dog? You will. Yes. Don't I need my ID or anything? Like my door's not locked?
But I mean, if you want to take some things, we can probably get it from your room.
No, I don't want anybody going through it. Only Damani has access. He's allowed.
Damani. So is there a person
boy,
there? Or?
The boy right there.
Right, I know which one he is. He can go get your. Is it a purse?
Wow, it's just absolutely terrible. She's gonna lose her job. If you got a new job, then it just. I mean.
I don't need anything to go to jail. Okay. Wait, do I? I don't know how to do this. No, you don't. What about my phone when I get out?
I mean, you can take it if you like.
My phone's right there.
Right, the purple one. Or the purple case on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
because I'm going to need that. I don't have any contacts down here, so I don't know where the jail is, how to get home, or anything.
Okay. Well, make sure that goes with you. Okay?
Please do. And will you ask him to please take care of my animals?
Yes. It's a dog and a cat?
No one else is allowed in my room. Damani can.
Okay.
Okay, because I trust him.
All right.
I'm not really going to jail, am I?
Feet in the car, please.
Oh my God. Can you have him call Cracker Barrel and tell him that I cannot come in? Or can you hand me my phone so I can talk to my job? I literally picked up a shift for somebody. If I don't show up, that's somebody else getting in trouble too. I'm just a waitress, dude. Like, I'm not anything special.
I heard you.
Oh my God. Will you bring me my phone, please?
No, they won't bring you your phone. They won't do it. They won't. He should be fired. He should be absolutely fired. But the opposite will happen. What will happen is she'll be prosecuted. She'll have to plead down to something lower because she said she's just a waitress. She's not anything special. So she won't fight. She doesn't have the means to fight. She doesn't have the emotional capacity to fight. It's unbelievable to watch. It's just so unbelievable to watch. It's sad. It's sad that this is the state that we're in, that this is the way our country is going. It's horrifically sad. And watching her cops ruin lives. I mean, this is what the police are allowing to happen every single day. This is what we're seeing happen. And that was just horrifically bad. That was just horrifically bad. Listen, so few things. I guess I should let you guys know. TeamDLZ.com should be up any day now. It's supposed to be up today. It wasn't up today. Let me send a text with you guys on the phone, and I will find out. I know. Let me see if I can get this Team DLZ up. TeamDLZ.com will be up hopefully today, tomorrow. I'm going to be on my webmaster. Like, please hurry, get this done. So we're going to try to get that done. And I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel dejected? Like, she was subjected to the worst day of her life. She doesn't know how to do jail. She doesn't bond herself out of jail. It's just so horrifically horrible. When I went to court, I saw someone whose charges was resisting arrest. I was thinking, what charge was committed to get the resisting arrest charge? It's just so bad, so bad. I've been on for 2 hours. I better get out of here pretty quick. I just Team DLZ will be up. I feel anger for BS. Yeah, I feel anger myself. I feel really disgusted with that. Cops are degenerates, says Brick. Yeah. I'm pissed, says Dan Hanlon. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. Can't watch this, says Tony Commons. King Braveheart says, her life ruined. Ridiculous. Tell you what, she'll never call the cops again. You know that. King Braveheart. You know that. Of course, they won't stop the jail conveyor belt. Blows my mind, says Kelly. Community will probably make that cop a hero. What a piece of ish cop. Hope he loses his jobs. Trump's heroes, which is true. Sickening. We're past that now. It's sickening, and it has to change. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I thank you all. Thank you for the super chats, for the memberships, for the support, for the love. We don't stop. I will become elected into office. I will submit bills that will change this police state, prison state, death state. I will sign bills into law that will change this police state, prison state, death state. I'm never going to stop. The next thing I'm doing, you guys will see more of that on Team DLZ, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Joel was here. Thanks for coming, Joel. Really appreciate you, brother. It's good to see you, man. Joel Jeffus. Soy Leal. I'm a vet and I'm angry. I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mikey B, Bruce, Greg, V, Boyer. I'm Chuck P. There's so many. I could just keep talking all night. Thanks for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Later.